Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. This is a decoding of a nursery rhyme called Mary Had a Little Lamb, and the revelation and the download of the decoding was just given to me. It was just given to me just as I was making the other audio. Within a day, it popped in my mind because I mentioned Mary Had a Little Lamb. Boys and girls, because I've researched a lot of things, because I've had time out of the matrix, a lot of time, I have decompressed out of the matrix such that, and I have been overseas, such that when I come back to the U.S., I can see it for what it is. Just as, because I'm on a different conscious level of Bobby Hemmit, so, and then also it's paired with money, actually. Because when you don't have the money to upkeep a basic lifestyle that you think is normal, then you realize that you're paying for everything just to live. You're paying for everything just to live that should be free. So anyway, Mary had a little lamb. His fleece was white as snow. That part is the original animals are black. Most animals, the gene pool, the original, if there's an animal that's white, unless it is, unless their natural environment is snow. Their natural environment is snow. Or they are a wintertime animal. And they have a season of a snowy environment and their coat changes. Then it's a GMO. White tigers are GMO hybrid, weak-gened, sickly animals. They don't tell you that anymore. They took that from the internet. They took it off. They are trying to tell you now that that's a natural animal. It's not. Any animal now that they have turned into a pure white animal is a hybrid animal. The white mouse, and I learned that part from Bobby Hemmit, is a GMO animal. Alright, we'll put a period on that. Obviously, I'm not talking about the polar bear, but boys and girls, did you know underneath the polar bear, his skin is black? I made my point. The lamb that is white is genetically modified. So, their DNA is hybrid, spliced. All these albino animals they're making, hybrid, GMO experiments, messing up their fucking DNA, blocking their melanin, or some kind of just Frankenstein mixture that wasn't meant to be. So, that's point number 2. Mary had a little lamb, his fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, and I don't even know the rest of it. You know, and made the children laugh and play or whatever. Boys and girls, here's another bombshell for you. Who is referred to as a lamb? Although the Bible is a fake. It's full of fake stories to cover up metaphysical truths that you will never know because they're never using the real names. There's a few real names in there, but you don't know that that's talking about melanin. The Jacob wrestling with the pineal angel, that's your pineal gland. Jacob, Jake, Jack. It's talking about the black man. Trying to wrestle with the spiritual understanding of him being a god. Anyway, in the Bible, who is referred to as a lamb? In the Bible, who is referred to as having woolly hair like a lamb? In real life, who are the only people that have a woolly textured hair? Is it white people or is it melanated people? The original melanated person has a woolly textured hair. And there's different varieties. I'm not saying it has to be a certain kinkiness. We know that melanated people have a variety of woolly hair, and it's a thick hair that stands up. It will be poofy. And some people, their hair will stand up. So, boys and girls, that's the end of the decoding because I've given you a picture to go along with it. Now, what I have drawn on that picture is part of the picture, except you're not going to see it. There is not one good, clear photo that is on the net that shows you a clear picture of that photo. And boys and girls, that photo is coming from the, probably I should make a separate video on that. It's coming from the most grotesque, blasphemous, degenerative, slanderous, lying, inhumane, disgusting, perverted, concept about black people and your being a slave, which the word slave shouldn't even exist. It's too acceptable. What about the inhuman beast that has turned you into a commodity, an object, a thing, a tool? It's amazing how no one ever describes slavery. On the other end of the enslaver. And to even call somebody a slave master is bullshit because they are inhuman, soulless, Frankenstein beast. The best word that I could use is a beast in the negative sense. I can't really come up with too many other things. I just say beast. They're a monster. They're inhuman, but people are trained to accept that, to accept the concept of slavery, that somebody can own, abuse, torture, use, misuse, degrade another person. I mean, the world's insane that you even accept that concept. No one ever says, hey, if somebody can do that, they must be a goddamn motherfucking psychopath. They have to be a goddamn psychopath. So, boys and girls, that's it. That is it. It came to me. But you know why it really came to me? Is because I have seen that movie. When I listen to Bobby Hemmit, and he mentions a movie, I go look it up. If he mentions something, I just go look it up just to see. That movie, boys and girls, was banned. It was made all over the world, produced and distributed all over the world, and it was banned in the U.S., boys and girls. It was made circa 1971. Goodbye, Uncle Tom. That is the most repulsive movie I've watched in a long time. I don't remember if I watched the whole thing. It shows the process of slavery and how they treated the slaves. It shows naked people. It shows you being treated like a pig, like you're eating from a trough, and then you're also vomiting in that same trough because you're sick or something like that. I remember some scene like that. Anyway, boys and girls, if you want to add to your research, take a look at that movie. You're not even going to be able to look at the whole thing. And boys and girls, that is the war against you. The people that watch that movie, they think that's your origin. This is total Voltron against you. They knew they could have showed that movie in the U.S. Boys and girls, since the 70s, that movie was distributed out to everybody else except for you, or the Black American, which is the only melanated person that has the ability to wake up and know that they're a God. Because you don't have, even though you have church, you were thought to believe anything. You're not like stuck in a lot of traditions, a lot of cultural traditions. And you are also mixed. You live among all kinds of people, and then you know the beast intimately. So, and you have access to more knowledge than the average melanated person who's living a very hard life. They keep everybody else in economic slavery. In general. So, I know I've hopped around here and there, but that's how you talk. That's normal talking. And I'm glad I could share this movie. Goodbye, Uncle Tom. It directly correlates with Mary Had a Little Lamb. Except that lamb was a little black boy. Letting you know that you were given as a gift, even to a goddamn white kid. You were the playmate. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I usually don't say anything personal, but I'm going to tell you this. I've seen this for myself in the Middle East. I have seen this for myself in the Middle East. There was a level of people, like they are princes or whatever, supposedly. They don't go anywhere. They live a very small life in Saudi Arabia. They stay within their family. They only visit their family. They're not mixing, unless at school, they don't have other people come to their house. But the parents arranged for 2 black kids to come visit them, to play with their kids. So I've seen it myself. So that ends another episode of what I learned from Bobby Hemmit. I don't know if I'll keep that on. But now you're going to say, like the person that isn't on the frequency, well, how does this help me? Knowledge is power. Occult knowledge is power. Knowing any kind of occult information will help your soul to wake up. And it gives you fuel and reasoning to wake up. You will be able to know something and talk about it and internalize it and realize, hey, there's a war against you. There's a physical war against you. There's an economic war against you. But the whole point is why? Because your soul has the God energy. Your soul has the original energy of the universe. Your soul is immortal. And your soul is a dormant, monstrous power that is going to destroy this cycle of Earth by fire. Every cycle of the Earth's recreation is done by one of the 5 elements. So before it was water, and then they made up this stupid story about Noah's Ark bullshit. No, the Earth went into its destruction cycle, and it was destroyed by water. This time around, it's supposed to be fire, according to the, kindergarten Bible. And it's a kundalini fire. It's not a physical fire. It's a soul awakening fire. And it actually is supposed to be stimulated by the energy of the black man and the black woman together, which is why they attack that dynamic. There's a big war against you being with your own kind. That was said by Bobby Hemmit. And he has too many videos for me to find where he said that. But I'm sharing anything that I could bear witness to from Uncle Bobby. If you're on a 1,000-watt frequency, you know what to do, because you're awakening brings this earth plane to a close. You're awakening. Only the Black American. Because these other people, they just don't get it. They never will get it. No matter how much you talk to them, no matter how many pictures you show them, no matter how many books you show them, no matter how much they see, maybe on TV or in real life, they will never get it.